Hello and welcome back to my story corner. Today we're going to talk about Samurai Jack because I haven't been able to shut up about it in the past 2 hours since I watched the episode. So we're going to talk about it right here, right now. If you haven't seen Samurai Jack, if you haven't the new one, I mean, if you've seen the old ones, first of all, good for you. Those were great. But why haven't you watched the new one yet? And secondly, if you've only seen the new one, that's fine. It's not too important. If you just watch the intro to one of the old ones, you'll know the story of the old ones because they tell you every episode. But anyways, if you haven't seen the new episode of Samurai Jack, you should probably go watch it. It's first of all because it's real. Second of all, because I'm going to talk about things that happen in it, and it probably will be marginally less cool if you listen to this. It'll still be really cool because it is. It looks really cool. So we're just going to go in whatever order I freaking feel like because I don't have enough time to write things down. First off, it's a great episode. Total overall thoughts, it's a great episode. I'm really excited for the season in general. I like the turns, the direction that they're taking this series in. I think it's so cool that we live in a day and age where although there's a lot of really bad reboots and really disappointing revamps and revivals, it's worth it because every once in a while we get something like Samurai Jack just continue. It's not a new show. It is not. This is season 5 after 13 years off the air. Samurai Jack I know people who haven't been alive for that long. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But it's alive again, and it is well. It is alive and well. Let me tell you. It's a great episode. We're going to kick it off with the beginning of the episode because that makes sense. The episode opens up with the battle scene that we saw in a bunch of teasers and stuff. It was still cool this time around. It was still really fun to watch. But something I noticed this time around when I was actually watching the episode was, and it was that moment where he like stabs the bug guy and he twists it and like yanks it out and he's killing stuff. And I was like, wait a second. He doesn't have his sword. Like, I know I'm not the only person to notice because it points it out later in the episode, obviously, but the implications. He doesn't have the magic sword, the one thing that can defeat Aku. Like, what's up with that? How do you just lose? I guess it showed us him losing the sword. He flashes back, but only enough for us to know that he lost it. He knocked it over the edge of something. Like, how do you just lose your sword? It's ridiculous. Anyways, fight scene was cool. It then goes into his intro. He's kind of catching us up. What's going on? So he says it's been 50 years. I don't believe him for a couple reasons. One, the episode overall shows us that he's totally losing his mind. He just is like scared. He's very scared. He's losing his mind over guilt because he's the reason why everyone in the world is suffering. He is ridden with guilt, and he's losing his mind, and he's seeing things. I don't think his concept of time is very accurate. Honestly, I personally think it's probably been longer than 50 years, but that's besides the point. The other thing that makes me not believe how accurate Jack's depiction of time is throughout the episode, we're cutting between Jack doing things and watching the 7 daughters of Aku, or at least I'm assuming the new daughters of Aku. I'm assuming they're all the daughters of Aku, but these ones are new daughters of Aku. So I'm just going to refer to them as the 7 just because it's a lot less syllables than the 7 daughters of Aku. So anyways, we watched the 7 be born around the beginning of the episode, and throughout we're watching them actually grow up and learn to fight. So this either means that they are like the clones from Star Wars and they grow really fast, which would seem kind of interesting but not really necessary, or alternatively this episode is taking place in parts over a long span of time, further cementing the fact that Jack is losing his mind. He doesn't know how long time is. He doesn't know what's going on. He's pretty freaked out. Other things to note, he is not aging. Why? Does he know? Will we ever find out? Did some magic guy go, hey, you're not gonna age anymore, and now he's not? Is that a thing? Will we ever know? Who knows? It's speculation. My personal theory that I like, which has zero grounds in reality, but I like to think about it this way until my headcanon, until they prove me otherwise, is that maybe it's part of Aku's curse, question mark? Aku's like, I don't want him to die of natural causes. I don't want him to just grow old and stuff. I want to kill him myself. Him to suffer, and then I want to kill him. Other interesting things. We don't actually see Aku in this episode at all. We see, well, not like physically there. He's not physically present. He's got a cult following, and they talk to a statue of him, and that apparently if they can kill the samurai, he'll show up. Maybe question mark, what's happening to Aku? Speculation. Who knows? But yes, maybe Aku, part of his curse, Samurai Jack, is he's like, I don't want you to die of natural causes. I want you to suffer with guilt because your family, you abandoned them, and everyone's dead because of you. And also, I want to kill you myself, so you're not gonna age anymore. Maybe he did that. That would be neat. Maybe he didn't. Who knows? We won't until we're told by the show. Another note is the equipment that he has been using since he has lost his sword. He has kind of ditched the robe, or maybe he's wearing it underneath his armor. I guess that's entirely plausible. Where did he get the armor? Question mark. Who knows? It's pretty cool. I mean, he won't have it for much longer if he continues throwing pieces of it at people at the rate he has in this episode. But I mean, it's still pretty neat. He doesn't have shoulder pads anymore because he threw them at the guy and lost him. Which is another thing. He threw lots of things, including that really cool spear we saw him using. He threw that away. And just because I'm assuming this is going to have a lot more continuity than the earlier seasons, because he's depicted walking away without his shoulder pads and without the spear and with the weapon that he took from Samoosh, I'm assuming that it's going to have that type of continuity. If he loses something, he's going to lose it, and he's going to keep things. That he lost his sword, so I would also postulate that he probably got the current weapons he has from other things he's fought. So he fought a guy with a pistol at some point, and now he's got a pistol. It's pretty cool, actually. He seems hesitant to use it. That was one of the things when I was watching the teasers. I was like, why is Samurai Jack using guns? And I was like, oh, he's losing his mind. That's cool. He's losing his mind, and he's desperate, so he's using guns. He didn't use his gun on Scaramouche. He's still somewhere inside of him. He is about honor, and it's not honorable to just shoot at a guy. I mean, if it's like desperate situation, he'd probably whip out his pistol, but I don't know. That's just my speculation. I think it's interesting. I think it's a cool way to play the character that sometimes he is desperate enough to use guns, which, like, I feel like as a samurai, Jack would be like, guns are dumb. Maybe just because I like equate him to kind of like a Jedi, except without the Force. So maybe that's why he's like, I don't need no blaster rifle. I got a magic sword, but now he doesn't have a magic sword. Now he's desperate, and sometimes he's got to use his spiky motorcycle to kill things instead of honorably cutting them in half with a magic sword. Things. Also, did they set up a thing? I thought it was interesting watching the Daughters of Aku because there was that one who was like, ooh, beautiful outside and flowers. And then the other one, the Incharge lady's like, flowers are beautiful. Aku has made them. Master is great. Also, we gotta kill samurai. We're gonna punish you for enjoying Aku's beautiful things. Yes. And then smacking and all that stuff with, there is no room for the weak. Actually, that really reminded me of Sith. Like, I don't know why there's so many like Star Wars connotations happening, but that's I got Star Wars on the brain for some reason. But that's the vibe they're giving me. Also, just like, I guess it's colors because they're all like wearing black and red in the masks. They remind me of Old Republic stuff. But that's not the point. Besides the point, is one of the Daughters of Aku, one of the 7, going to go good? Is that a thing? Probably, because they seem to have set it up. And I mean, maybe they're just doing that to kind of, I don't know why else they would do that. That's just my theory. One of the list of theories from chronological order. Jack is going crazy and doesn't know what time it is. He has to find his I guess that's not his theory. That's just he really does have to find his magic sword. What's up with Aku? Question mark. Also, technically not a theory. It's just hey, where is he? Why isn't he? I mean, the crew that I know would be super thrilled to have a legion of elite assassins. Oh, I guess he was in this. I totally forgot about that. He was in this episode, kind of. Scaramouche called him up on the cell phone, and he totally answered because Scaramouche was his favorite. Oh, but that brings up another question. If Scaramouche is his favorite, where does the Daughters of Aku fall under Aku's, in like Aku's like mind? Like, I would feel like if I had a bunch of daughters, or at least a bunch of women who were like, we're your daughters, we're gonna go kill that guy for you, they'd be pretty high on my list of people. I mean, Scaramouche was pretty cool because he was pretty chill and he could flute rocks. That was neat. But like, what does Aku think of the Daughters of Aku? I just got totally sidetracked. Yeah, one of them's gonna go good, and it's that one, the one that saw side, because that's the cliche, is the person who's being all mind, like, what's the word? Like, the mind things. The person who's being raised in a very bad home, a home where they're taught to kill samurais, sees an outside and is like, beautiful things, and then later isn't bad anymore because I saw outside that one time. So anyways, that's about all I have to say about Samurai Jack, other than repeating over and over again, it was good, go watch it. I say again, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's really good. It's really good. Go watch it. It's really good. Go watch it. If you have seen it and you have, what did you think of the episode? Do you have any theories on what's going to happen next? Do you like it? Obviously you like it, because why else would you be watching this whole video? You've got to have some kind of willpower to watch 12 whole minutes of a YouTube video. Like, are you kidding me? 12 whole minutes. This is ridiculous. What were your thoughts? Leave a comment. What else should I talk about? Is there a show that I should talk about? You should talk to me. Leave a comment below. I love getting comments. I love reading comments. Even the bad ones. I'm like, I'm so popular, I'm even getting bad comments. Like, you have to really go out of your way to leave me a mean comment. Like, that means not only do you not care about my content, but you think my content's important enough that it would be mean to do a mean, and that's why you leave a mean comment. So mean comments mean so much more than anything else. The more mean comments you have, the more you know I'm so popular that this person went out of their way to make me feel bad. Isn't that the nicest thing? So yeah, leave a comment below. Give this video a like. If you haven't subscribed and you want to hear more things, more me talking about things and not having a script because I don't know how to write, because I never went to high school. That's not true. I did go to high school. I didn't pay a lot of attention. I could write a thing, but I choose not, because I like being long-winded and discussion-y. Because, you know, it's so many other YouTube channels where you're going to get a very clean cut, very high production value guy talking about a thing, and he's got all his things figured out, you know. But I dig the conversational, just like, I just want to emulate that feeling of when you have a nerd friend and he starts going off about a stupid cartoon show on the Adult Swims, and you're just like, this guy is crazy, but he's talking about a thing, and that's cool. Please subscribe. It makes me happy. Also, some just brief things to talk about my channel. You'll notice I haven't been uploading a whole lot. I did upload a bunch of 30s, but that's because those take like 20 minutes to make. And they get more views than anything else. The sad state of YouTube, where I can spend 20 minutes slapping together something and I get a lot more views than when I spend more than 20 minutes slapping together something. Isn't that great? But anyways, the reason for that is I've just been super busy with real life and things. And so my YouTube channel take kind of a back seat, but not a full back seat. Just the parts of my YouTube channel aren't as important to me. I love the story corners and I love Enter the Nothing, but there is something bigger coming. I have a trailer out. I don't know why I'm being so vague. Yeah, ambiguous. Yeah, this Hyper Burgers is coming. Probably this month. I hope. It depends on a lot of factors, but hopefully this month. And then you'll know why I have been so inactive. It's because I'm making you a beautiful present just for you. You specifically. Thank you for listening. You made it to the end of the video. Nobody ever sits through the end of my videos. Thank you for being here. It means a lot to me. You're my best friend. Have a wonderful day.